Hello, my name is Keith. This is a series of videos providing a case management plan for individuals to achieve personal success. I measure success not by wealth, but my personal goal and self-actualization. This first video is about developing a personal mission statement which will serve as a starting point for your individual goal setting. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channels. I am building 4 channels. They are agency reviews, that's for nonprofits, building success for personal growth, get healthy now, and also in the world, which is about everyday theology. So building a personal mission statement, there are many unfulfilled dreams in our society. Imagine a world where people can overcome their personal hurdles to gain access to recovery and success. There are many reasons why people get hung up on their path to self-actualization and personal achievement. Some reasons may be a lack of education or skills, maybe physical disabilities, mental health issues, lack of social support or advocacy, maybe addiction issues, need for social services that they currently don't have, and that's just to name a few. The goals to being successful have less to do with achieving status or wealth and more to do with strengthening and reconnecting relationships with individuals, families, and within your communities, preserving your dignity as you plan for your own recovery, empowering you to move forward and leave whatever past that needs to be left behind, leave it behind, move away from entitlements and entitlement thinking, and take responsibility for your own actions and decision making, even when you make mistakes. To be successful in life, again, not about fame or fortune, you'll need to commit to the following items. First of all, accept the reality of your past or current situation as a challenge and not as a defeat. Too often people find themselves stuck because of an event or series of events that have created a barrier to your movement forward. Allow yourself to experience the pain of whatever the loss may be, moving to a new location or a new reality, moving away from past relationships that are detrimental to your success, moving away from influences and triggers for bad decision making, and much more. Allow yourself to go through the stages of grief so that you can move forward. Next, adjust to the new situation. It is always scary and lonely at first to be in a new situation, but it can also be exciting and open new doors of possibility for you. You are starting with nothing, which means you are an open book ready to be written. Allow your past to inform your future. Don't let the past define your future, and don't repeat the same mistakes. But withdraw the emotional energy that you have from the past and invest it into your future. Example, a homeless person becoming a homeless advocate, a substance abuser becoming an addiction counselor, a domestic violence survivor becoming a strong and empowered self-actualized individual are some examples. Taking the first step is to build your own personal mission statements. Corporations all have mission statements that they base their business plan on. You also need a personal mission statement to build your own personal plan of action. Your mission clearly states why you exist. It helps clearly articulate your core purpose. It's the summation of your core reason for being, answering the question, why are you here? A mission needs to boldly state why you exist and what impact you hope to have on the world. The best mission statements clearly express these things in a way that resonates and engages others. When developing your personal action plan, it is important not to overlook the foundation of your plan, including that mission statement. Crafting a mission statement may be challenging at first, but it's definitely worth the effort. Now, just a comment or two about the mission statements and vision statements. While your vision statement describes your future state, where you want to be, the mission directly relates to to the vision by articulating the greater reason why that vision matters. A powerful mission keeps you on track and rallies around the direction you are heading, that you're heading towards. A mission statement explains why you exist, states why you exist, and articulates your core purpose. It's written in the present tense and helps define the area where you play. The vision statement is about where you are going. It states your bold mission for the future and why that is important. It's written in the future tense and helps create the roadmap for your future. Now I'm talking about personal mission statements, but I'll use some examples of corporate mission statements. International Red Cross, to provide relief to victims of disaster and help people prevent, prepare for, and respond to emergencies. Fannie Mae, to provide liquidity, stability, and affordability to the U.S. housing and mortgage markets. Walmart, we save people money so they can live better. Marriott Hotels, to make people who are away from home feel like they are among friends and really wanted. Merck, to operate a worldwide business that produces meaningful benefits for consumers, our market partners, and our community. I will tell you, mission statements are not written in stone. While they are traditionally the longest standing element of an action plan and typically have a shelf life of 15 years, they do need refinement every so often. Consider your own current mission statement. If the answer is no to more than 4 of these questions, it's time to redo your mission. Does your mission statement explain how you will serve others? Does it fit the current market environment? Does it convey your core competencies? Does it motivate and inspire commitment? Does it convey a realistic outcome? Does it articulate a specific, short, sharply focused, and memorable outcome? Does it allow it to be easily understood by others? Does it share a unique reason for being? And does it define the space in which you play or contribute? Now, the checklist for your personal mission statement are these items. Number 1, the mission must be foundational. It clearly states why you exist. It's original. It's unique to you. If you were to read the mission statements of anyone else, yours would be different from anybody else's. It's memorable and it's motivating to others. And finally, it fits on a t-shirt. Peter Drucker famously advised that your mission statement should be short and compelling enough to fit on a t-shirt that you would actually wear. Some other helpful tips about mission statements: they should be developed after completing the SWOT assessment and before going into the rest of the planning process. This allows you to be grounded and in alignment on where you are at today and what your strengths and contributions are. We'll be discussing the SWOT analysis next. The mission statement motivates and inspires. Everyone knows that your purpose is defined in the mission statement. Example, Starbucks mission: to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. The mission statement is clearly and easily understood. Develop the mission statement on a party level. It can quickly and briefly be understood by people at a party or on an airplane. The statement gives a profoundly simple focus for everything you do. Example, the Marine Stewardship Council mission: to safeguard the world's seafood supply by promoting the best environmental choices. Moving on to the SWOT analysis, the personal SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For the strengths and weaknesses, they reflect internal dynamics that you can control. When identifying strengths and weaknesses, it's equally important to consider internal factors that will meaningfully assist you in meeting others' needs that are within your control. As a rule, strengths are particularly meaningful when they assist you in meeting others' needs, and weaknesses that deserve to be in your SWOT include those variables that may not directly be apparent to others but do negatively affect the experience they have with you. Example, maybe you have some anger management issues. Some key questions to ask when determining your strengths and weaknesses: what do you do best? What are your functional capabilities? And what unique resources or capabilities do you have now, and what do you lack? For opportunities and threats, whereas strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external to you. These are things that can be influenced but not completely controlled. These two areas capture both present and anticipated conditions that will affect you. Opportunities are conditions in your favor that, if acted on, could produce rewards. Think of opportunities in terms of current and new. Threats are barriers that may prevent you from being able to reaching your desired rewards. Consider threats in terms of both social, technical, economic, political, as well as threats from others. Some key questions to ask when determining opportunities and threats are these. Others' needs, who are they? What motivates those needs, and what are their unmet needs? What can you do to fill those needs? What are the strengths or threats and weaknesses or opportunities of competing individuals? What strengths and structures do those competitors employ? What kind of image do they cultivate? How might those images or those elements present threats or opportunities to you? What's the overall size of the current market and projected growth? And finally, what technological, governmental, economic, or cultural disruptions would most impact you? How can these uncertainties be strategically addressed? So the way to build a SWOT, an effective SWOT, is this way. First of all, use data whenever possible instead of relying on just opinions. Consider listing current data gathered, delegating responsibility for gathering additional data, and populating the SWOT with what the data tells you. And what I mean by data is what are those items that you've already discussed or put on your SWOT analysis. What are those strengths that you have? That's considered data. And I'm not talking about opinions, what you think, but what actually is. Write more than a word or two for the strength, the weakness, opportunity, or threat. Use adjectives and descriptive nouns so that you understand the context. Instead of writing addiction as a weakness, write instead time to attend group meetings in the next 3 months. That is more defines what the weakness is. SWOT entries should lead to an action. If the energy is taken to add something to the SWOT, consider the so what. Is it something that can be leveraged and acted on, or if it needs to be addressed, would it make a difference? If not, no need to include it in your SWOT. So make sure that the items that you put in your SWOT analysis are things that you can act on. Identifying internal opportunities in the opportunity sections makes the assessment fall apart. If internal opportunities must be identified, sort those opportunities into 2 buckets, internal and external. If it is difficult to determine if something is an internal state, a strength or a weakness, or an external state, an opportunity or threat, ask the question, would this issue exist if you did not exist? If the answer is yes, it should be considered external. Engage multiple levels of tactics in brainstorming to source great ideas. Build your SWOT with input beyond yourself. Use other people's opinions. Engage others in the process. It's critical to gaining a comprehensive assessment of your current state. Let others provide their input into what they think your skills, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities are. Finally, what's next? How do you evolve your personal SWOT statement? You finish building that SWOT assessment by putting your information into 4 quadrants. The most common mistake is not putting the SWOT to use. Once the SWOT assessment is completed, with input from different people, take steps to evolve it into an actionable working plan. First of all, group those strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats within their respective quadrants. Create the quadrants, determine themes and similar focuses until there's a list of high focus areas within each quadrant. Sort those themes into priority areas: growth, productivity, and skills development, for example. Perhaps the SWOT's themes fall into balanced scorecard perspectives: financial, operational excellence, productivity, people, learning, any number of items that you can put in there as far as themes that you might want to address. And then also turn those themes into SMART goals with a label, a verb, and a descriptive outcome. Finally, the purpose of a SWOT assessment is to identify high leverage areas for exercises later in the planning process, and some areas will eventually become goals in your action plan. The 4 quadrants produce the basis of content that informs the rest of the planning process. Strengths identify that you are doing better than others. Leverage strengths for the how to win section of your growth strategy by identifying competitive advantages. Weaknesses are the areas currently holding you back, and call out the work that must be done to improve your current state. Since you control the weaknesses, you can easily turn them into goals when drafting your action plan. Opportunities are great fodder for where you play in a growth strategy. They provide insights for you to pursue. From the opportunities, identify the potential and prioritize and choose the existing new markets or customer segments to expand or enter. Use opportunities that are there available to you. And then threats are like weaknesses, but it's crucial to be choosy when turning threats into goals. Unlike weaknesses, you can't control threats. They can only be mitigated. Which are the most important threats to mitigate in your life, and how can you feasibly affect them? What is your data built on? Going back to the data points, the data points are your educational level, not necessarily a grade level or degree, but what is your personal educational skill level? Your skills and hobbies, your experience and how it has informed you, your own hopes and dreams, and obstacles that you have already had to overcome. And then you put that data to work. You write it down. I do journaling. I do a lot of journaling. Discard the old habits and create new healthy habits. Sometimes you have to make a commitment. I'm not going to do this, and I'm going to replace this with a healthy new habit that I'm going to do instead. Speak your story. It's always helpful if you're trying to get past the old and create a new, that you talk about it. You talk about your story from the past and how you're moving into a new reality, and share that with others in a safe setting, and understand and confront your own particular biases. My summary: everything that I just shared, I would recommend that you start with the last and then move back up to the beginning. First, gather your data. You identify your data points. Build your personal SWOT analysis. Create those 4 quadrants: your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. And from that, build your personal mission statement, and then that will move you later on into the vision statement when you start building your action plan. Personally, my first mission statement from 1974 to 1986 was to accept others where they're at, not where I think they should be. My second mission statement from 1986 to 2016 is to be in mission, is not to be in mission to or for people, but to be in mission with them instead. And my third mission statement from 2016 to now, very easily understood mission statement, very succinct. Don't be great, be good. So if you want to see more of these reviews, please hit like and subscribe, and thank you and have a wonderful day.